and particularly we will be discussing on Bhutan's trade. I'm Vishwamanchu, your moderator, and I really hope to make very lively discussions, and we got a great group of panelists here to facilitate that. Let me quickly introduce everyone before we get started. I'll start from the end with my good friend Srizam from RME, Kelson Sempa from Ministry of Economic Affairs, Yanki Dema from RME, and Rizin Doji from Ministry of Economic Affairs too. Without further delay, let me go with panelist 1. What have been the major trades in Bhutan's exports and imports over the past few years?
Thank you for the question. I'm pleased to address these important questions about Bhutan's trade dynamics. According to Bhutan Trade Statistics 2023, exports totaled 55.29 billion, while imports has reached 106.09 billion, resulting in a trade deficit of 50.8 billion. This deficit has widened significantly compared to 38.2 billion in 2021 due to increasing imports of fuel, vehicles and construction materials.
Thank you for the wonderful response. But given with the growing trade deficit, what does it suggest about Bhutan's economic structure? Is this imbalance sustainable in the long run?
To answer this question, Bhutan's top exports include electricity, which amounts to 23.11 billion, and ferrosilicon, 11.47 billion, while major imports include diesel, which amounts 15.2 billion, petrol of 8.7 billion, and rice of 3.6 billion. These trends show that Bhutan is heavily reliant on imports for essentials, while its exports are concentrated in just a few sectors. This imbalance highlights the structural vulnerability of the economy and the urgent need for diversification and import substitution strategies.
Let's go with the second panelist. Panelists 1 have mentioned Bhutan's heavy reliance on hydropower exports and rising imports. Given this, who are the Bhutan's major trading partners?
Thank you for your question. So India is the Bhutan's main trading partner, making up 83.5% of its total trade in 2023. And Bhutan sells electricity, cement and ferrosilicon to India, and Bhutan buys fuel, vehicles and daily use goods in return. And Bangladesh is the second biggest buyer of Bhutan's export with about 6.1%, followed by Thailand and China, which buy smaller amount.
Thank you for the answer. With such high dependence on India, particularly for hydropower revenues, what risks does this impose for Bhutan's economic resilience? And should Bhutan diversify its export markets?
So to answer this question, Bhutan's top exports are electricity, which is 41.8%, then ferrosilicon, which is 20.7%, and cardamom. So relying so much on just a few products makes Bhutan at risk if partner countries change their policies or if the demand drops. So if I give you an example, a dry weather could lower the hydropower production and reduce export income. So to become stronger in the long run, Bhutan needs to export more types of products by developing new areas like high value farming and eco-tourism.
Thank you, Mr. Kesman Sempa. And let's go with third panelist, Yanki Dema. Bhutan's trade seems to follow a pattern of exporting raw hydropower while importing finished goods. How well does this fit with the theory of comparative advantage?
Thank you for the question. Bhutan's export of hydropower is a clear reflection of comparative advantage as defined by the David Ricardo. Bhutan has an abundance of water resources and can produce the electricity at lower opportunity cost as compared to other countries. For example, in 2023, electricity alone made 23 billion, showing that Bhutan specializes in an area it performs relatively better in.
Going directly with the next question, what other trade theories help explain Bhutan's economic behavior?
Using Hexter all-in model, Bhutan exports natural resource-based goods because of its abundance of rivers and forests, and while it imports capital and labor-intensive goods like electronics and machineries. Strategic trade theory suggests Bhutan can develop new export strengths with state support. For instance, investing in organic farming, traditional medicine, and forest-based products could allow Bhutan to compete globally in niche, high-value markets.
Thank you, Ms. Yankitama. Now let's go with the last panelist, Mr. Rigzin Doji. What do recent trade statistics and charts tell us about Bhutan's economic dependence?
Thank you for the question. Now, to answer the question, a chart of Bhutan trade balance from 2019 to 2023 shows the deficit growing from 30.4 billion to 50.8 billion. A pie chart of export shows electricity, ferrosilicons, and cardamoms together making up over 70% of total export earning. This indicates extreme dependence on just a few commodities and on one trading partners.
As the last panelist, what policies could Bhutan adopt to strengthen its trade positions?
Bhutan should pursue policy options like first, promote import substitutions in sectors like food and renewable energy, for example, like solar. Second, strengthen regional trade through BBIN and SAC to reduce reliance on a single country. Third could be invest in transport and digital infrastructure to reduce logistic cost. And lastly, support innovative and green and niche exports such as organic products and eco-tourism services which align with Bhutanese sustainable development goal.
Thank you for the policies you mentioned. The discussion highlighted Bhutan's strengths in natural resources, the risks of overdependence, and the importance of strategic diversifications. Thank you everyone for your attention, and thanks for great discussions with a great set of panelists. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you all did too. Thank you.
Thank you.